When it happened, I'm up. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. Yo, listen, bro. It's your boy Baki, man. What it do? Your boy just finished the first three episodes of Titans season 3. Let's talk about it for a minute, yo. Let's get into it. All right, so we're gonna do a little non-spoiler kind of section, and then we're gonna head straight into the spoiler section. Overall, I absolutely loved these first 3 episodes of season 3. They brought every element that I was hoping it brought, and it brought even more. If you don't know, season 3 is really going to be about the Red Hood, and it looks like maybe a little bit of Blackfire as well will probably be there because it was hinted at in the last season. But mostly it's going to be about Red Hood, which is Jason Todd, who was Robin, not getting enough votes to stay alive in the late 80s, early 90s. And then they waxing him. He got waxed off, so then he became the Red Hood. They had him come back later. So Under the Red Hood is basically what this is taking place out of. Now, there are a lot, and I mean a lot of cool elements that I really enjoy about Titans season 3. The number one thing is the Titans are back. Everybody's been pretty strong and together for a while, it seems. But they alienated Jason Todd. So Jason Todd ended up going back to Batman. Batman, being Batman, took Robin right back in, and Batman and Robin did their thing as Batman and Robin. But as you can tell, like, Jason's always been a little bit skewed, especially in this version of Titans. He's kind of been a little whacked out, so he's making decisions and doing things that he probably shouldn't be doing. And right at the beginning of season 1 or episode 1, you're already seeing the repercussions of Jason Todd not listening and not taking advice and not growing and not evolving and not doing more than he should do to be a better person and shit. And I think that's a wonderful way to start it off. There's so many cool elements that are involved from the comic that are in here, but played around with in a different way, it seems. So if you I don't really want to go into spoilers. That's as far as I'll get when I say that. Is things that seem like the normal aren't the normal, but they are kind of the normal. They've changed a little bit of things around. This character is somebody else, but it's still related to this character, or this is something else, but it's still related to that character, or just this person's not here anymore. So it gives you a lot of extra wiggle room to play with and talk with your friends amongst like how this universe works and how it interacts and deals with things, because it's not all just here's this person, here's the normal that they do in almost any comic book series or movie or anything. Everybody's always alive, but here it's like people have died. They've dealt with a lot of issues that have resulted in a lot of major deaths for the Batman family and the Gotham family and just, families in general that has actually affected everyone, you see? So I think they did a really, really strong element of that. Another thing that I'll say is spoiler free is, man, this shit looks really good. They've gotten much more budget because the HBO Max or whatever, but the first 3 episodes feel like one movie. I'm not joking. You could literally watch the first few episodes back to back to back, and it feels like a nice ass movie. And the pacing and everything flows really, really well and significant, to the point where I don't even know what the hell they're gonna do after episode 3. That's how awesome that last episode was. At least to me, that shit hit home like a bag of bricks, bro. I couldn't believe it. So let's see, what else can I talk about that's like spoiler free? Now, the one thing that I'll say that is a knock on Titans, it always kind of has been, is the choreography and some of the fight scenes and stuff. Not the strongest, you know what I mean? I'm not really there for the fight scenes and everything, though. Granted, that makes it for a lot of people, you know what I mean? People want like some Daredevil level of scenes. You're not going to get that with the combat here. I would love for the combat to be more in-depth, but sadly it isn't, at least for now. With these early episodes, there's a little bit of cheesiness when it comes to some of the combat, I feel personally. So I didn't really like that aspect of it. Another aspect that I wasn't really a fan of was some of the music choices. Some of them were really strong, and then other parts they were pretty weak. Just some weird choices for me, personally. Music hits everybody different. Some people might think that was the most, on point musical note that you could have received. It just really depends on the person. Yeah, that's about all I can do in the spoiler free section. Like, basically, if you've been watching Titans and you've been a fan, you're gonna be in for a treat. If you haven't been watching Titans and you want to start at season 3, it's probably not gonna resonate at all for you. I would personally say watch all 3 seasons, season 1, 2, and 3, and then go from there and see how you really feel about it once you get to season 3. It's a great adventure, and it's an awesome starting point and springboard for the rest of the season. I can't wait to see where it goes. If you want to hear my spoiler free review number wise, I would give those first 3 episodes a 9 out of 10. The only thing that was lacking was like some of the action, but it's a 9 out of 10 when it comes to dialogue and everything else. All right, so that's a spoiler free section right there for you guys. Pretty quick, pretty short, pretty simple. Let's jump into the spoiler section. All right, I'm probably going to be jumping around here, but I'd like to talk about each episode a little bit. I believe the first episode is titled Barbara. The first episode takes place in Gotham primarily, and you're really seeing everybody come together as the Titans, and also at the same time you're seeing what happens to Jason Todd. At the very beginning of the episode, Jason Todd bites the dust. Very quick and kind of painless, I would say, for something that was super gruesome. But it kind of makes sense at the same time, though, to make it not overbearingly gruesome. I would have loved for Jason Todd to at least been able to hit the Joker a couple times, get in a couple jabs or something, but he really didn't get even a single shot. And he just got hit with the crowbar, knocked down, and then he just started whamming the town on him. And then that was that. There's your springboard. You also get a glimpse at the Titans' life in San Francisco, seeing what that is like, them just stopping regular baddies and kind of doing their own thing. And then they get the news that, Jason has been killed, which then kind of leads everybody to go to Gotham. First, Dick, of course. Dick is in his Nightwing suit. You get an awesome Nightwing fight scene. Oh, baby, is that fight scene fucking pretty sweet. The music choice was a little whatever, but I loved how they used the Eskrima sticks, and he went off on him. Nightwing's costume looks mwah. I love the design of it. Like I said, the budget of the entire show seems like it's gone up a notch. After that, you're basically getting, again, another interaction between all the Titans. You're getting to see how everybody is. So Raven, you do not see. She's still in Themyscira, probably trying to revive Donna. And then you're also seeing Hawk and Dove, who seem like they're not in a relationship anymore. Hawk is a police officer, and Dove's still doing crime. But they still, talk to each other and live to each other. But they're in DC. They are not in San Francisco. So basically, episode 1 is you getting a glimpse into everybody's lives and kind of seeing how things are. The number one person I would say that you kind of get to see really is like Dick, and maybe Dick and Barbara. Barbara is also shown in this. Barbara is now commissioner. James Gordon is gone. He is no longer with us. So because of that, Barbara has now taken over the role of commissioner, and she now runs Gotham with a pretty iron fucking fist, if you ask me. She seems a lot more strict than her father, and is not really about the superhero business, even though she used to be in it, which is very interesting. She's already been shot by the Joker. So that was what I was talking about earlier in the spoiler-free area, is that because James is dead, Alfred's dead, Batman already lost Dick, now he lost Jason. You get a bunch of crazy moments that are already propelled the story so far forward that we don't have to worry about so much back shit. You're already like sprung into the middle of Batman's life, where he's already old or older, and dealing with all the repercussions of all of the bad choices that he made throughout his entire lifestyle, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You also get to see Tim, who I knew it was Tim instantly. As soon as I saw the Batman crate on the back, I instantly knew it was Tim. And it was fucking really cool because, to me, like, I know people like gonna flip out. He's black, he's supposed to be Asian or whatever else, so now he's black and Asian or whatever. Like, who cares, bro? You're overthinking it. way too much. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't shape fucking Tim. Tim is just a fucking avid fan of fucking Batman and Robin and all that shit. And like in the comics, he deduces that they are Batman and Robin himself. I forgot how he does it, but he figures it out. I'll see if I can find a panel somewhere about it. So you also get a pretty cool introduction to Tim Drake and see episode 1 too. Episode 2 is really everybody rallying together and going to Gotham. The cool thing that happens in episode 2 to me is there's this big conversation between Barbara, Gordon, and Dick and Bruce. And basically Dick feels that Bruce is kind of losing his way, you know, and he wants help to try to reel back in Batman, if you will. You know, because Batman's definitely off the reins right now after losing another loved one, you know. He feels like he can't do it alone. And there's 2 different scenes that are really awesome. The first scene, I'm not sure if it happens before or after the other scene, but the first scene that I think is awesome is just between Dick and fucking Bruce. And, you know, Bruce is, he is who he is, right? You know, he knows his faults and his issues, but it's very hard for Bruce to like admit that shit and say it out loud, right? You can see it perfectly on display here, to the point where when he asked him, "Do you want to be Robin again?" Like you could literally see like the lines of his mentality just so fractured and fucked up from all the shit that Batman does. And I love that that's the angle they're taking with him, is that Batman is fucked up. It's not a joke. It's not a laughing thing. It's not some cool thing to be. It's fucking terrible to be Batman. It's not a good thing, you know? And that's how it should be viewed. It's violent. It sounds fun, but if you were really obsessed with fucking up criminals every single night, you wouldn't be having the best time. You just wouldn't. You know, so I love that they're going for the deranged, like fractured Batman, which is what a man's mentality would eventually become if you were dressing up as a bat every single night and fighting crime. Like that's just, in my opinion, that's just a perfect way to handle it. And so the second scene that is also awesome is between Barbara, Dick, and Bruce. And Dick basically asked Barbara to come help and talk about, you know, what's going on and try to, you know, grieve about Jim together for the first time, because she said that they had never grieved or anything. And so they're talking about it, and she just kind of goes off and is like, you're a crazy sociopath. Like, you should be locked up with Joker. The things that you do, basically what I just said, the things that you do have been a lightning rod for this city, you know, and you cause more harm than good for a lot of fucking people, you know. And it was just really empowering to hear that shit be said in a realistic way. You know what I mean? It was kind of like how people always talk about The Last Jedi, and they're like, oh, I loved how they were talking about, like, you know, how the prequels and everybody in the prequels were dumb and shit. Like, it's kind of like that, but she even goes even further. It's like literally a 4-minute scene where she's just completely ragging on Bruce about recruiting kids and like taking people's trauma and, you know, turning it into a weapon. It's a beautiful scene. And that's the one thing I'll say about the Titans season overall is right now, like, the character development is just so strong, and it feels like it's realized. Even if it's not like we've seen that. You didn't need to see Batman go through those things. You know Batman through 80 years. If you don't know Batman, then you must be a little kid or something. But you know the type of things that Batman does, so you can put that into relative terms of like realism of, you know, what we can in that sense, and say, you know, that shit's crazy. You know, if you were to be doing that shit, you just wouldn't make it. So I love how they did that. I love how they attacked that. Jason Todd's also been implementing crazy plans throughout, been doing some really different tactics to fuck with the Titans, if you will. He's really doing some crazy moves to make some plays and shit. So I think in the second episode, that could be in the third episode. In the second or third episode, Hank is basically coerced into going to meet Jason, and he gets tricked into becoming ass naked for a cutscene and swims through the nastiest pool water I've ever seen in my life. It looked like literal Dookie was floating at the beginning of the goddamn scene. I promise you that shit was Dookie. He goes assless or naked into into the water, swims and then gets caught by Jason. So when he gets caught by Jason, Jason implants him with this bomb that's in his chest. And they come to find out that this bomb is actually, the counter is his heartbeat sensor. And Jason basically gave him like 20,000 heartbeats or some shit like that. So it was like, at the time, I think it was like maybe, 10 hours or whatever. But he had to get from there to back to the headquarters and everything. So realistically, I think they had maybe like 6-7 hours or something like that. So like the next episode, they spend trying to figure out a way to either follow Jason Todd's demands, which is he's basically like, if you want me to deactivate the bomb, then give me 50 bars of pure gold or whatever at this location or whatever. And basically they would have to rob an armored truck. Everybody's kind of down with it, but everybody at the same time isn't. So you get this kind of dichotomy between all the members about what they're really going to do. Then they also find out that the schematics are Wayne Tech, that Jason Todd is actually using Wayne Tech technology against them because, it's kind of like a screw your father moment, if you will, So they have Superboy look at the schematics, and Superboy now has all the information in his brain. Dick tries to convince him that he can make the version of the schematic that'll reduce the heartbeat sensor to 0 long enough for them to take off the bomb or whatever. And so now, Superboy gets to work. He's got to go through millions of computations. And that was something that I thought was really clever too, because Superboy is a test tube baby of Superman and Lex Luthor. And so for you to get a test tube baby, Lex, smart side Lex is doing all the computations, while Superman fast side is doing all the hard work, if you will. It was really cool to see a Superman moment where he didn't have to do like brute strength kind of thing. So long story short, everything ends up happening, and the last 7 to 10 minutes of this episode hit harder than almost any movie I've seen in a long time, superhero wise, besides Infinity War. That's the only other movie I can even think of that, like, where the ending, I was just satisfied. But I think I'm gonna be happier with the results of this one. So the last 6 minutes are crazy, man. Dove, she ends up hijacking the fucking armored truck anyway, with a little cool action scene by herself, and she ends up getting the gold bars. Then she takes him to the disclosed location where Red Hood is there with his finger on a detonator. He says that if he lets his finger go of the detonator, that it will stop the bomb that's on Hawk's heart, right? So he's like, you have the key. So he has a toolbox over there for her to open, and she has a gun, and she has the gun pointed at him, and she's ready to kill him because all she gotta do is shoot him once. So he's like, all you gotta do. She's like, what the hell is this gun for? He's like, all you gotta do is kill me. He takes his mask off, and there's now this tension. If she kills him, right, she loses a part of herself, but she saves, Hank at the same time, and you kill Jason, So Dick ends up coming in and is trying to like convince her to stop. Now, granted, there's like 100 to 60 fucking heartbeats left. And while this is going on, Starfire comes in to the other room, right, where Hank is, and he's all hooked up to the shit, and he's like, yo, take Crypto and get out of here. I don't think I'm gonna fucking make it. Crypto, loving Hank the way he does, I don't know why he loves Hank. I think he's just attracted to like really strong like bodies and shit. But he doesn't want to go anywhere. He's not worried about the bomb. Crypto is a fucking super dog. So she ends up getting out of there. And fucking dude, I did not see this coming. I literally stood up and was screaming. I'm not joking. I stood up. I wish I was recording it. I literally stood up. So all this time's going by. They can't decide. There's maybe 5 heartbeats left. As all of this is going down, right? Superman is still doing all these computations. Computation. He's trying to get the fucking heartbeat. Boom! He gets the heartbeat to 0. Superboy gets up so fast. Bolts it, bro. He just bolts it down the lane, trying to make it to the time. As he's doing that, that timer is still going down. Hawk, okay, is knowing that it's coming to the end, so he's like singing this song. And this is what got me. All these elements are all happening at the same time. You got Hank singing this song as he's about to go. You got Dove, Nightwing, and Red Hood fighting in one area, trying to figure out the detonator situation. You got Superboy and Gar in the other area trying to figure out the computation situation. So you have all these three elements going at the same time. Superboy gets it. He figures it out with just enough time left to make it in. He's trying to make it in. Boom. But fucking Dove doesn't think they're gonna do it. So she pulls the trigger. And fucking Red Hood says, oops, I told you there was a gun to kill me, but actually that was the detonator. And the detonator goes from 5 to 0. And Hank just blows up, bro. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And to solidify the scene even further, what did they do? Superboy was still running in as the fire was just expanding out. So all his clothes was getting burned and charred as he's watching. And to top it off, Crypto, the super dog, comes out afterwards. Like, oh my God, man. What a roller coaster of a ride, bro. Me and D Cliff were watching, and we could not believe it. We could not believe it. It was just so great of a scene to happen, especially in the first 3 episodes. That's why it felt like a movie. It was like they were trying to figure out all these things. They figured out majority of it, but you still got a crazy resolution at the end with mad tension that almost I've never felt in a lot of shit I watch. In majority things I watch, unless it's like a Quentin Tarantino movie or something like that, like a lot of movies just don't have that kind of tension. And the director and the writer for that episode, they knew how to make the tension. Those last 60 heartbeats of Hank's were intense in so many levels, you know. And you just had like this, like that whole episode was kind of like his dying moment. Like everybody came to visit Hank one more time before, you know, he quote unquote bit the dust. That's why when it was happening, I was like, nah, they're probably not gonna kill him because, you know, it's fucking TV. Like TV wants to keep people around. Most people don't die in TV shit. So I figured, they'll probably keep him. Like, why would they get rid of him? You know? But when he started singing that song, and he was like looking directly like ahead, that's when I was like, okay, he might not make it. He might not make it, bro. That was beautiful. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. I'm definitely going to be doing like an overall review of it, but I had to talk about those first 3 episodes, man. Titans, you guys are doing the damn thing. That was, I literally, look, I'm telling you, when it happened, I'm up. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. I loved Scarecrow too, by the way. The fact that he was smoking weed and shit was awesome. I actually was going to smoke with him in the 2nd episode, but then he didn't smoke. So I had my bowl sitting here, and then he lit up in the 2nd and the 3rd episode. And I actually got to smoke with him. That shit was tight. That was fun. So that was cool. Thank you. Everybody did phenomenal in their cast. Starfire's hot as hell. I loved it. I'm going to go put this out, guys. I'll see you on the next one. You guys be easy out there. Peace.